So matrix tea house sells milk tea with poles in cups that take the shape of a closed cylinder with heights 20 cm and base diameter 5 cm. Okay, so the cylinder dimensions are given, the diameter and the height. Now each cup of milk tea with poles is filled to the brim with milk tea and 60 spherical poles, each of radius 0.5 cm. Okay, so calculate the surface area of one spherical pole. All right, so we will need the formula for the surface area of the sphere because a pole is a spherical shape. All right, so the formula, as we can recall, is 4 pi r squared. And we have the radius of each pole given to us, which is 0.5. Okay, so we just simply need the radius, which means that I can just substitute that 0.5 into the formula. All right, so area of one pole, just take your 4 pi, the r, just change it to 0.5 and square it. Okay, so we can go on to simplify this. Just key in the pi in the calculator since the pi value is not given to us. Okay, use the calculator pi and round it off to 3SF. Okay, so that's it, 3.14 centimeters squared. And for B, calculate the volume of the milk tea in the cup. All right, so let's look back at the question again regarding the milk tea and the pearls. Okay, so they say each cup of milk tea with pearls is filled to the brim with milk tea and 60 pearls. All right, so that means the full cylinder here, this is the cup, the cylinder cup. All right, so the full cylinder, okay, if the whole volume of cylinder will be the same as the volume of milk tea and 60 pearls. Okay, so let's bear that in mind. So with that, let's proceed to find the volume of the cylinder. All right, so volume of cylinder, the formula, if you can remember, will be base area times height. And the base area is a circle. It's a circle shape. Okay, so circle area is pi r squared. So which means pi r squared times the height. So r shouldn't be an issue because I have diameter given to me. So r will simply be 2.5. H will be the 20 cm here. Okay, so let's just go on to apply the formula. So the volume of cylinder, simply pi r squared, h, okay, r is 2.5, h is 20, and we go on to simplify. Now I'm just going to leave this in terms of pi first. Okay, so 125 pi. If you do not wish to do this, if you wish to key in the pi in the from the calculator straight away, okay, you can do that. Okay, just make sure you round it off to 6 to 7 significant figures first. All right. Okay, so as I was saying, like just now, the volume of the whole cylinder is made up of milk tea. Okay, so let's just highlight out. So you have the milk tea and the 60 pearls. So basically, this 125 pi is the same as the milk tea with the 60 pearls. And of course, I can go on to find the volume of the 60 pearls because, you know, pole, I have the radius. So with the radius of the pole, I can easily just find the volume. Okay, so let's do that. So volume of the sphere, as we can recall, is 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay, so we're just going to use this. All right, so 4/3 pi r cubed, the r is 0.5, and we're just going to times 60 straight away. Okay, again, I'm going to leave this answer in terms of pi first, which is 10 pi. All right. Okay, so moving on. So once I have the volume of the 60 pearls, can you see now with these two values, I can now find the milk tea alone. Okay, the volume of the milk tea alone, which is what the question requires. So simply just take this cylinder whole volume minus the volume of the 60 pearls. Okay, and you should get 361 after you round off to 3SF. All right. Okay, moving on to 10C. So in a special edition, the same volume of milk tea from part B, okay, is poured into an inverted cone of height 30 cm and fill it to the brim. Calculates the radius of the cone. All right, so they say the same volume of milk tea from previously. Okay, so just now previously, whatever milk tea that I have, okay, from the previous one, which is 115 pi. Okay, so they just want the milk tea alone, yeah? They just say the same volume of milk tea without the pearls. Okay, so just the milk tea alone, this is poured into this. Okay, and it just nice fills to the brim. Okay, so if it just nice fills to the brim means this 115 pi will be the volume of this inverted cone. So we will need to apply the formula for the volume of the cone. Okay, so I've written it here. Volume of cone will be 115 pi. Okay, so volume of cone simply is 1/3 times the base area times the height. Okay, it's like a pyramid. Okay, just that the base is a circle, so pi r squared. Okay, so we're just going to apply that. So at this point, of course, I don't know the radius of the cone. Okay, let's just call it r for now. Height, I have 30. So we're just going to sub in the values. Okay, so 1/3 times pi times r squared. I don't know what's r, right? And height will be 30. And this volume of the cone will be the 115 pi. Okay, I'm just going to go on to simplify the left-hand side. Okay, so that'll be 10 pi r squared. And notice I have pi on the left side as well as on the right-hand side. Okay, which means I can simplify it further by dividing pi on both sides, which will give me this. So we can go on to find r squared. Okay, r squared will be 11.5. And of course, I can square root to find my radius of the cone. Okay, which will be 3.39116. And that's it. That's all we want. Calculate the radius of the cone. So just round it off to 3SF.